And we are live with the Jack of All Trades post show. I am here with 3 out of the 4 players for this week's show. We've got, in clockwise order, the way I see it, we have Mark Moffat, Josh Mansfield, and Brett Storm. Unfortunately, Andy Datson could not join us today, but make no mistake about it, you will see him again on the championship episode, which is coming to you July 29th, 5 p.m. Eastern. So, gentlemen, what did you think of this experience? I mean, it's definitely different than the trivia shows that I normally do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have even more power over us now.
You'll have to see it.
Those rounds.
I'll tell you what, those are fun rounds for me to come up with, and you'll see even more of those rounds coming up. And I have a brand new round next week that I'm excited to bring.
Oh, lovely.
There's another new round the week after. And for the championship match, I'm doing a brand new round. So it should be a lot of fun. So expect all of those. They'll be good times. I do want to say we did get a super chat from a competitor in next week's episode. So I'm really excited to see that. K-Zone, who is part of WWE's Stump the Bump contest, donated $5. We appreciate that, K-Zone. And he said, enjoying the tourney. Very creative. Thank you very much, K-Zone. And I might as well say, I don't have the graphic ready, but I can tell you who the competitors are for next week's show. They are, actually, I have a text graphic that I can show you. Next week on the Jack of All Trades, we have Adam Pearson joining us on the show. And I'm very excited about that. We have Mike Janella, who's a big wrestling fan himself. He does work with the New York Mets, and he co-hosts the Living the Damn Dream podcast with, you know her from WTC, Sarah Priebus. K-Zone, as I mentioned, will be on the show. And, of course, the dude Andrew Hayes, who was a competitor in the tournament over the winter, he will be returning to be a contestant next week. That is a stacked lineup, if I may say so myself.
Very.
Yes.
And speaking of K-Zone,
There he is.
excited to see his episode air next week. Yes, I need to get the graphic up for that. And that episode will return to its normal time slot on Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern. Obviously, this week was delayed a day thanks to Quizlemania deciding to take over our spot. Thanks a lot.
It's Quizlemania. Are you surprised?
Well, it's not that I'm surprised. I understand that over in England, they have the finals of the Euros or whatever it is. I'm not a soccer guy, so I'm not going to delve into any of that, but it's a big deal for them. They haven't won I did look this up. They haven't won a championship since 1966. So
All I know for that is just hashtag cherry for Quizlemania.
the hope is still out there. I mean, I got the plug in on the show yesterday, which that's basically all I used super chats for anyways, to plug myself.
Come on, Balloon PA, make it happen.
I'd like to get him on this. I'd like to actually get him on Jack of All Trades. We'll see if that in fact happens one day. I was able to get him on the trivia challenge. He might do a little bit better.
Where you didn't hear that deal he tried to cut with you.
I know.
Jam that jam.
I would have felt bad if I would have screwed over Michael Turner, but at the same breath, hey. But no, I'm all about the integrity of the competition. So I wasn't going to, even if he would have offered me, I would have had to politely turn it down for that particular reason. Otherwise, I would not. So I have to ask you guys, what was your favorite round out of all the rounds that you played tonight?
Last one for me, definitely. The only one I really did good in.
Yeah.
Gosh,
I'll
just rewatching. I'm like,
I'll be
man, I embarrassed myself. Except in that last round.
Yeah, if it's a round you're good at, I mean, that's what happens. Brett, what was your favorite round of the night?
my favorite would have probably been the music round. I know I was the one I did best at, but yeah, I actually liked just listening to the songs. I actually tried listening to see if I could actually hear any bit of the Ultimate Warrior song in that last one. I could see hear hints of it, but couldn't really hear much of it.
And it's funny to me because out of all the themes, I directly pulled that one from an old WWE video game. So that's actually like from the game itself. And I was like, that might be easy if they've played the old video games and they kind of recognize that music, but maybe I'm the only nerd who just like listened to the themes for minutes on end on the old Sega Genesis.
Was Repo Man ever in one of those games?
I don't think Repo Man. I don't think he ever appeared in a game as the Repo Man, to my knowledge. Because I don't think he would have been like a DLC or anything. He might have been in as like Smash of Demolition, but I don't think he was in as a Repo Man for anything.
I know WWE 12 had Demolition, but and probably some of the older games probably had Demolition as well. I know that the recent ones never had Repo Man, but
yeah, Barry Darso, I don't think ever got that check as Repo Man. So I doubt it will ever come to fruition unless they just decide to do like, hey, these are jobbers from the 90s.
Right?
Here comes T.L. Hopper. Oh,
Duke Drosy.
Or if they do a video game that just focuses on old school wrestlers and legends again, like they did the Legends of WrestleMania game a number of years ago.
I'm sure that would be a lot of rights that they would have to get to a lot of licensing stuff. I know a lot of that's going on with college football right about now, and names and likenesses and all that. So that would probably be a big haul to get all those names, especially for a game like that. Regardless, Mark, what is your favorite round from tonight?
Probably would have had to have been either the music round or the stop the damn match round, because I really enjoyed like having to not have to match answers. I thought that was a good sort of idea there, and I just like this thing that just the old music there. But it wouldn't be the team round. Just to throw it out there, I was not a fan of the team round, the Code Breakers. I wasn't a fan of that.
Yeah, the team round, it really depends on, first of all, the clues given. It depends on who you're teamed with, but it also depends on the words that I take away. Because sometimes, and we'll see that, we've seen it last week, we'll probably see it in a future episode, there are words that I just completely miss, and somebody else says that. I'm like, and I can't say anything because I'll be like, damn it. I completely washed over that.
Oops.
I wish I just figured out, I shouldn't have said Neidhart. I wish, at least somebody else made the mistake, and it's like,
you are not the only one. I think it happens in literally every match. The first and I'm actually not doing that round for the championship match.
Because of that reason?
That's not the reason. I actually want it to be like all singles rounds. But if I do it again in the future, I'm going to have to put up like a massive graphic that says no mother proper name. It's like, I don't know how much more clear I can make this.
Bro, dude, don't worry. At least you probably would have been able to get Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, I would have gotten off the first one. The entire bit, I was just like, "Come on! I hope he doesn't get it." I knew it.
Dumb. Like I've heard of Orange Cassidy. I know who he is. When I'm focusing on trivia stuff, my mind immediately blocks out anything non-WWE. Because my mind does not care about AEW in any way, shape, or form. Sorry, Jericho.
What you need to do is do what I'm doing and go to an episode of Dynamite.
I'm going to SmackDown in Cleveland, which I'm ticked that they're doing half of it now, or a quarter, or however much of it, from Florida now. I'm not happy about that.
If AEW comes to the Cleveland area, you should go to a show because the tickets are actually cheaper.
If I have a choice between NXT and AEW, I'm doing NXT.
Well, that's different, but like if it was Raw or AEW.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, I have those.
Yeah.
Former 3-time Fan Quizlemania champion Joey Suba, appreciate you for joining the show. Says, fun matchup. I really like these rounds today. I did an 8-bit round in trivia games I hosted last year. There you go. And was baffled when people couldn't get them. And aside from Finn, I didn't get a single one. I figured out of everybody's for that round, Finn Balor's was probably the easiest one to get. Just because
I didn't get that one.
I think Owens was the easiest to me. I think Owens was easiest to me. Balor's, I felt that was easy, but Owens, that was immediately for me. Balor's, I needed to wait to that point, the last bit of the song that was played.
Vince's for me, if I would have heard it, I probably wouldn't have gotten until like the last second of that song. Because it's just like a little subtlety in his theme that I've been like, okay, that's part of Vince's. So there was Balor, there was Owens, there was Vince, there was Warrior. I just watched the show. I can't remember the fifth
Road Warriors.
Road Warriors.
That was another one I pulled straight from a video game, actually.
Which video game?
It was Super WrestleMania for the Super Nintendo, I believe.
Super.
Yeah. So it was actually legit a 16-bit song. But I really enjoyed that round. That round hasn't made a comeback yet. Just a little bit of spoiler for the future episodes. But there is a round similar to it coming up.
Are you having people sing?
No, the singing thing is Quizlemania's bad. I do not want to steal their bits completely. I want to make them my own. So I'm not going to do the singing of the theme songs. That's Name That Jam. That's their thing. I'm not going to do that. So I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to avoid being a direct copy. It's bad enough being.
I'm agreeing with K-Zone here on this one.
Yeah. That wasn't his song. Kurt, I'll tell you what. I will send you the YouTube clip so you can listen to that. I pulled an obscure bit from that song because I had to do it with all of them. But I'll send that to you after the show is over. But I can assure you it's the Ultimate Warriors theme. All right, so next week, I'm looking forward to it. Adam Pearson is going to be on the show. What a lovely individual he is, by the way. Mike Janela, who I actually tried to get on the first 2 episodes, and scheduling conflicts were what they were. K-Zone, who you just heard from, and the dude, Andrew Hayes, from over at Combat Wrestling Trivia. Looking forward to it. And yes, K-Zone, I will send that to you. Looking forward to next week's episode. I want to thank Mark, Josh, and Brett for joining us. And we look forward to seeing you next week, not only on the Greg Cherry Show on Wednesday evening, but also next Thursday, we return to the normal time slot, 5 o'clock Eastern, for next week's Jack of All Trades. Thank you very much for joining us on the Post Show. We appreciate having you. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.
Thank you.
#Cherry for Quizlemania.